Now on News for Jax at 5:30, an I-team investigation. Charges dropped for dozens of protesters in Jacksonville. The state attorney's office is declining to prosecute after reviewing videos of the arrests. Defense teams for some of the demonstrators are considering class action lawsuits, saying the arrests were unlawful.
In News for Jax, I-team investigator Kelly Wiley is live. And Kelly, attorneys say that they may sue the city for this.
Some of them say they are researching and looking into doing that because some of these protesters spent multiple days in jail. Some had their bail doubled at what seemed like the last minute. Some say they were even injured, being taken in and being arrested. And at the end of the day, the state attorney's office, after looking at all this video, has declined to press any further with these charges for the majority of the protesters that were arrested. 48 demonstrators arrested while protesting police brutality are now cleared on all charges. One of those protesters is the man seen in this video with an officer's arm around his neck while another officer runs in and punches him. His arrest is now being investigated by Internal Affairs.
If I beat up somebody like that and it's caught on video, I'm arrested right then and there, and I'm sitting in jail facing charges.
In a disposition released by the state attorney Melissa Nelson's office, it wrote they reviewed the arrest and booking reports and a number of videos taken over the course of the day, including JSO drone and aerial footage. And that based upon the law, the facts, and the circumstances involved, this office declines to file charges. Video taken by photographers documenting the protest showed JSO officers and National Guard surround the courthouse where the largely peaceful protest was happening. Records show at 1:45 that Sunday afternoon, well before the curfew took effect, JSO told protesters to leave. An order multiple attorneys tell News for Jax was unlawful.
People are entitled to free speech. There is no danger to the public. This unlawful assembly charge is not founded. What's even worse about the unlawful order to disperse is there was no proof that people who were arrested even heard it.
Today, Sheriff Mike Williams is defending the arrests made by his officers following a day of peaceful protests that turned to unrest.
So it's not the fact that we made arrests that were illegal. That's not the case. But again, there's a different threshold for her to have to prosecute those cases than there is for us to make the arrest in the street.
The sheriff says they're reviewing multiple videos and complaints rising out of arrests made that day. Reports show at least one protester was taken to the hospital for head pains after her arrest.
Many of my clients want to pursue this further. This was a clear deprivation of civil rights.
And we've counted at least 54 protesters that were arrested on that Sunday. We calculated and around 96% of them had their charges dropped today by the state attorney's office. It's also important to make the distinction that those 96% that had their charges dropped, they were charged with unlawful assembly or resisting the arrest by an officer without violence. It is also worth telling you guys that one of the people that was arrested that did not have their charges dropped was Mr. Zecker. And we told you about him before. He was the one arrested after officers say they found a Molotov cocktail in his bag. So we're continuing to report on this and investigate more on what we can find out. We'll tell you as we learn more. Reporting live from the courthouse, Kelly Wiley, Channel 4, the local station.